My name is Melissa, and I identify with INFJ. I came into this experience knowing that it was going to be amazing because of the trust I feel for Joel and Antonia, and that's the only expectation I had. I just knew it was going to be amazing. And so what I can say is it wasn't really a surprise that it didn't disappoint. It was better than I could have imagined, and it was an experience that I couldn't have. You have to experience it to know what it is. So I guess in that sense, that was surprising. When I go home after this experience, I'm going to sleep a lot. And once I've caught up on my sleep, I'm going to reflect on everything I learned here. And as someone who has a NI driver, introverted intuition driver, I think that there are going to be a lot of ahas that happen even afterwards. Like I've had a lot of ahas this week, but I have a feeling that processing this will give me even more insight. And I think that there's just so much here. There's so much to unpack about this experience that I have a feeling it's going to take a while. After this experience, when I go home, I think I've been encouraged to just go for it when I really want to do something and there's a lot of insecurity, fear of vulnerability holding me back. I think this experience has helped me learn to just go for it. So I can't promise that I'm always going to be a jump-in kind of person, but I do think that this has helped prove that it's a good idea for me. After this experience, I feel like I know the system so much better than I did before. And I was obsessed. So I did a lot of studying. I've listened to the podcast for years. But again, as someone who leads with intuition, I kind of liked keeping it in that abstract space. And this brought it very much down to a concrete skill. And I think that's so important because you can have a lot of information and not really get to the heart of what a thing is. And I think what I've learned is that all of those conceptual things don't matter if you can't see that everybody presents it in a different way. So after this experience, I feel like I have an even deeper appreciation for all the cognitive functions and what they bring to the world. And that's really what I was looking for. I was looking for a way to understand people and deeply appreciate what it is they bring to the world. And I feel like I had a little bit of that before, but I really have a sense of it now. So coming here, I knew the experience was going to be a little scary for me, and it was going to be about dropping some boundaries. I won't say that I didn't expect people to be so welcoming, but it exceeded that expectation. It was even more of a comfortable place than I could have imagined. I think this experience is essential for anyone who truly loves this system and really wants to understand it. I think it's essential. I think that studying, listening to the podcast, all of that is only going to get you so far. This experience has put a lot of gas in my tank, and we're just going to see where it goes. I can't quite see it yet, but I know it's taking me in a good place. Coming to profiler training, I was able to connect with people of like mind, people who've also been obsessed with the system for a long time, people who were willing to give us safe space for really interesting conversations. It was a beautiful thing. There really isn't anything more illustrative other than doing your own profile session than watching Antonia or Melissa do a profiling session on the stage, and especially discovering afterwards what their thoughts were, like being able to unpack what was going on the stage. It was a great learning tool. Being at a live event is not even remotely comparable to an online event because there's just so much energy when you are physically in the space of other people who are just as passionate about learning as you are. I'm so glad I was able to experience it. I think there's no comparison. I think if I had this skill of profiling when I was younger, I would have been better able to hold space for people who are different from me and better understand why they might have conflicts with the way I see the world. I think it would have been of great benefit to me. So from my perspective, just about anyone would benefit from this experience. But I do think that to honor the energy of the space, I think the people who should do this are ones who are deeply interested in this content and for good reasons, for reasons of wanting to learn about other people and really deeply appreciate and empathize from the different places everyone comes from. Like, I think that concept alone would change the world.